This segment is brought to you by the Kansas Association of Wheat Growers and the Kansas Wheat Commission. Together, we are Kansas Wheat.
Well, I'm Curtis Thompson, Extension Weed Scientist with Kansas State University, and was going to visit with you about some of the weed problems that we're seeing out across the state. We've had some significant rainfall and across the state, and weeds are growing very actively. In some cases we see weeds coming through the wheat fields. As we watch growers, it appears that a lot of them are going ahead and harvesting that off, but with the good growing conditions, the weeds are going to take off very quickly, and so it's going to be really important for growers, once they get that weed off, to begin their weed control efforts to try to manage those weeds before they get too large. And just waiting a week's time, as rapid as Palmer amaranth grows, it can go from that stubble height to doubling in size, if not more. And so it is really important to get after these weeds very quickly. Kochia, similarly, with the good moisture growing conditions, it grows very rapidly. Once we see any kind of regrowth, and a lot of times in just a day or two, we can see some of this regrowth, it's sufficient to begin the spraying operation. When we're spraying wheat stubble, we want to be sure that we don't use just glyphosate alone, because we have a lot of glyphosate pigweeds and glyphosate kochia. So it's going to be really important to be tank mixing. Well, if it's kochia, product containing dicamba. If it's pigweeds, it could be dicamba or 2,4-D with that glyphosate when we're spraying things down. Or we can use things like atrazine with gramoxone if you're going to be coming with corn or sorghum next year. So we have a number of different options. You can also take a look at the weed control guide. That can help you choose what you might use in the various crops. The other things that we've seen with the good growing conditions is in some of our crops where we didn't use pre-emergence herbicides. For example, in grain sorghum, we're seeing quite a few weeds popping through. Again, the rapid growth of those weeds, it's going to be really important to get post-emergence programs going. We've had lots of folks out busy cutting wheat, and sometimes spraying post on sorghum gets set aside, but we can't wait too long. Again, things like kochia and Palmer amaranth get out of hand very quickly, and so we need to get after those herbicides, especially when we haven't had a pre-emergence herbicide on. We need to get after those weeds in these row crops as well. There was a question about corn having grown so rapidly. Folks may have missed their window of opportunity to spray weeds, and there at this point really isn't a whole lot we can do. That corn, again with the good growing conditions, went from 30 inches tall to 48 inches tall so quickly that in some cases we didn't get herbicides on. We don't want to go ahead and spray. In a lot of cases we can reduce corn yields, and so I wouldn't recommend it. We just have to deal with the weeds, and at the end, after physiological maturity, and they might consider some kind of a pre-harvest burn down. If you're a grower, you have a particular question, I would say contact your local county agent, and they can either ask us the question or get you in contact with us.
Soil is the life of a farm, and for 25 years, SureCrop Liquid Crop Nutrition has helped growers produce abundant quality crops while preserving and improving the soils they steward. SureCrop offers complete soil and plant analysis with cropping recommendations, delivery direct to your on-farm storage, and quality crop nutrition custom blended for your field. Choose SureCrop for the assurance of excellence for your soil. Call today or visit their website for more information.